Well, let's start the day like this. Good morning. Good morning. We've talked the whole night through. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good morning. Good morning to you. I am wound up today. Where's that song from? Do you know? My mother, it's my mother's absolute favorite movie. So let's see how good you are on a little music trivia today. Well, good morning to you. It is the Real Monica Adams Show, and I am live from my home. So we were going to talk, this is kind of ironic. We were going to talk about things to build your immunity as you go into the winter months. But my guest, ironic, she got sick last night. And about 10 minutes to 9, I got a text message that said, I am not going to be able to join you. I think I have a fever and I don't want to get you all sick. So we quickly switch things around and I'm coming to you live from my home. We're actually going to give you 2 Real Monica Adams shows today. Oh, by the clock, it means it's 7 o'clock on the nose and it's time to get up. Yes, you may have stayed up late. You may have talked the whole night through, but it's time to celebrate a brand new day. And today the focus is going to be on gratitude. Boom. Focus. Boom. Persistence. Understanding your thankfulness. Blessings. Hope. An incredible future. Living in the present. And it's time for the show. 7 things right away that I focused on that each and every one of us have. The persistence to know that the next day is going to bring you more hope, more light, more possibilities, that you deserve this kind of kindness that you are wanting people to give to you, but you've got to give it to them first. Remember, it's how we wake up every day. So if you're just stumbling out of bed, you stayed up late like the song says, you talked the whole night through, maybe it was good because you needed a little communication with a person maybe that you were fighting with. Well, that's okay as long as you communicate. Now, tonight, though, make sure you get some good rest. What are we going into? The biggest thankful holiday of the year. But why? Why is it only one day? And I swear that's what happens with a lot of people. They say, oh, Thanksgiving's coming up. Oh, we're going to spend time with family and friends. Oh, we're going to eat a lot of food. Oh, we're going to feel horrible about ourselves. And see, you go to the top of the mountain and you start to fall because people are like, oh, well, but I'm going to see this person that I don't get along with. Oh, this person's going to drink too much. Oh, there's going to be a fight. Why? Why not go into it this time, focusing, slowing down, realizing you don't have to be around that person that maybe you butt heads with, that today, 2 days out from the biggest thankful holiday of the year, that you can change that course. How about that? That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to do a little workshop. I want you to realize that when you wake up each and every morning, that you can go back to the pain and the trauma that you've been through and realize that today you can leave it all behind. Today, you could thank it for teaching you incredible strength. Today, you could forgive. Never forget, you could forgive the person who wronged you. And then going into Thanksgiving, that this time you can truly be grateful and thankful and focus on not the past, not even the present, where right now maybe you're waking up and you're still in a foul mood or you're still unhappy. You still think that there's this gray cloud that's all around you and that it's just on you. It's focused on you, that you swear that you weren't meant to have a good life. No, it's your choice today at 7:04 in the morning to steer differently on that path. All that debris that's all over the place. And, I talk a lot about that book that I've been writing for a long time, talking about removing the debris in the path, right? Whether we're driving a car, maybe some of you are getting ready to go out and you're heading to work. I'd love for you to take the show with you. Just put your earbuds on or take it through your stereo in your car. Continue to listen to the message as you head into work or you're taking the kids to school. Understand that if you're driving out of your driveway and a tree falls down, boom, you would immediately steer to get away from it, correct? But why is it that you allow all that debris to come into your life? Or better yet, that you create the debris? Today, on this Tuesday, November 21st, 2023, let this be the day that your life changes. Oh, I just got a chill when I said that, because you do have that possibility. So we're going to talk about gratefulness. We're going to talk about blessings. We're going to talk about hidden blessings, but we're going to talk most importantly about focusing on you. When you focus on you and you look at the persistence that you could have on that focus, you continue to have that focus, your life suddenly changes. And then you go back, maybe you write this down. There's no maybe about it. You need to write it down. Write down what is going right, not what's going wrong. Don't open that page of the journal and say, this is wrong and this is wrong. No, remember, it's the intention and gratitude, but we're pulling it together. I'm almost going to flip flop them. Today, I want to talk about gratitude. And although you end every evening that way, if you follow my teachings of Triangle of Life and intention and gratitude, today's gratitude. Today is thankfulness. Today is the blessing. I have two huge signs in our house that say blessed because each day you can focus on the blessings. Here's what we're going to do today. Okay, I want you to think about this. If you're blessed to be able to stay home and not head off to work, not head off to take the kids, not have to rush, rush, rush. When I say focus, it's calming down and really finding clarity. I'm asking you to grab a pen and paper right now. Grab the pen and paper and do me a favor and write down as we go into this break 2 words. That's all. 2 things that you are grateful for right now that could make you smile, that can make you focus on those 2 things. And then we're going to build on those 2 throughout the hour. Today is the day you're going to change your life. Envita Health and Wellness, where you can feel your best both inside and out. Envita isn't your typical med spa. They're a multi-specialty medical spa and wellness center serving St. Louis and its surrounding areas. They have ketamine for mental health and pain, IV therapy, medical weight loss, and aesthetics treatments. As board-certified anesthesia providers, Envita can ensure that their advanced treatments are provided safely with minimal to no pain. So let Envita take care of you. Call 314-394-0950 to book an appointment or online envitahealthandwellness.com. All right, well, welcome back. As you can tell, it is the mobile Monica version, meaning we are at home, not in the studio. But here's the thing I want to tell you. This afternoon, you're getting a bonus show. I put a post out last night while I was watching The Voice and asked if we had enough interest that I would go live to you this afternoon at 2 o'clock with none other than Ruby Lee from The Voice. Have you been watching The Voice? I was not a big Voice. I was in the past, but I'd say for the last couple of years, I didn't watch The Voice a whole heck of a lot. But when there was interest from everyone locally talking about Foley, Missouri and Waterloo, Illinois, we had Eli Ward on with us a couple of weeks ago. Hope you had a chance to see that show. This afternoon, we were going to tape a show with Ruby Lee. But because you provide me the blessings every day, you all said, no, please, please, please do it live. Well, guess what? I'm going to do just that for you. So I asked Ruby to come in a little bit early so we can go on live for you right at 2 o'clock. Now, what I want to know is if you cannot watch live, do you have a question for her? Do you have a song request? I can't guarantee she'll do it. I have one for her that I'm really wondering if she has done. I might give her a couple, but of course want her to do the things that she loves to do. We're going to talk about where all that talent came from. And, where a lot of 16-year-olds are running around, can't wait to start driving a car, just want to play with their friends, get into craziness in high school. She is so driven. She is doing performance after performance after performance because she really loves what she does. She's grateful for God's blessing that he's given to her, right? So it's that thing first and foremost. We also have to be grateful for our upbringing. A family that supports you. Some people are sitting here at home right now saying, I don't have that though, Monica. So where can I find any blessings? Because I wasn't brought up well. Some people say that they didn't have good parents. They didn't have a grandparent that stepped in. They didn't have an aunt or an uncle. They went off on their own. They ran away from home. They've lived on the streets. They've been through abuse. They've been through divorce. All these things. Yes, I understand there's a lot of hard things out there in the world, and you might be going through them right now. And for that, my thoughts and prayers go out to you and healing energy to you to get away from that. I've done story after story over the last 30 years of women who have stayed in abusive relationships. I've done interviews with some of these women when they stepped out of it and they took their life back. And they said that it not just happened to them, it also happened to their children. All these things that have taken place. But guess what? Just like the musical that's playing right now at the Fabulous Fox, Tina Turner, right? She had less than $1 to her name. And always got to chill again, because when you see that play out on stage, it's one of the most powerful moments of that musical. By the way, how many of you have had a chance to see it? It only runs through the 26th. Please go and see this, not just for the incredible music, not just for the performance. And it's everyone in the performance, by the way. I'm so proud of what St. Louis is putting on right now. The Tina Turner musical. And I didn't want to spoil it for anybody, but I understand that it only happened on the first night. So on the first night, which was last Tuesday, a week ago, they did a proclamation And the entire month of November is devoted to Tina. So Tina Turner month here in St. Louis, that proclamation happening on the first night. If you go and see it, I want you to tell me, what did you pull from that? Besides the amazing dancing and besides the amazing singing, what did you pull from that that you can carry forward into your own life? The strength, the determination, the entrepreneurial spirit, the business sense that woman went through. She did not have a supportive mother at all. She went through abuse, as we all know, played out with her and Ike. But look at how she rose. Look at how she found love again. Look how she is impacting our lives on a daily basis. Let me know if you saw it, because I hope that you, and if you didn't get the message, then maybe you need to go and see it again. So if you're just tuning in, it's 7:10. We are well into the show because I'm fired up and ready to make you see from this day forward that you have the same gratitude, the same blessings, the same kindness that can be given to you that I do. You come to me and have for many, many, many years. And for that, I am ever so grateful. But a lot of people say, oh, Monica, it was your upbringing. Yes, my mother was amazing. My father was very supportive and at every one of my sporting events. My father's the one that got me into modeling. My father and my mother were both the ones that supported my singing and my dancing. Yes, I am grateful for that. I do have two brothers that I'm super, super close with. But if you don't think that we all had issues and we went through dark times and there are problems within families, they're all there. We all have those, but it's a choice. Right from the age of 19, when I had my massive blood clot, I made a choice every single day that no longer was I not going to appreciate what I see outside of me, what I see in front of me, the ever-present blessing. And it exists in your life. You just have to believe that. Don't think that it's for this person and that person and it's not for you. I've heard that comment from so many people that I counsel. And once again, if you didn't know, I am a life coach. I am a personal trainer, and I can help your life. Besides just you coming and watching this show, I'd love to help you do that. And I do have some openings. There's not a ton, but I do have some. And if you want to join the group, we started this transformation journey group years back, and it's truly changed people's lives, but you have to come. You have to want it for yourself. You have to see your value in actually taking back your life. Those are the things that I'm going to talk about today. But let's say good morning. Sean says, I'm back home from vacation. Well, welcome back. Linda, good morning to you. Can't wait to watch again this afternoon. That's right. 2 p.m. We are going to have Ruby Lee on live for the hour. She'll perform for us. We'll talk with her dad as well, talking about the support system. We'll talk about this incredible experience on The Voice. And I'm sure she's not going to tell us just how far she goes. I watched last night, and tonight the playoffs begin. Excited for this. Leona, good morning. Bill, Kathleen Morris, Linda Keith, woohoo, good morning to you. Wayne Johnson Sr., Kathy Holden Reed, Marilyn Westenberger, good morning. Donna Baker, good morning. Kathy Anselmo, good morning. Rose, my blessings are, here we go, that I am a child of God. Yes, faith. Put the faith in and watch what happens with your life. My family, you're blessed with a good one. My canine kids, that's right. My babies are all quiet. I'm blessed for that they're not going crazy this morning. All three of them just behaving. My church, my incredible friends, memories of my childhood, listening to Monica make the world better. Thank you, Rose. I'm incredibly wealthy, having all this in my heart as well as in my life. That's where the wealth comes from. You are absolutely right. We have to look at the blessings, and sometimes people have to give you a little gut check. And maybe that's what you need. Maybe you need that accountability partner I've talked about in the past. What does that look like? It's just someone checking in on you and someone saying, maybe you say, oh, my life is worthless. My life is horrible, right? We think about the people who go so deep and so dark to think of taking their own life when someone else has to swoop in and say, don't you realize you have this? Don't you realize you have that? Don't you realize here's the very first thing. If you are living right now, you were given a blessing from the very beginning, which is the breath in your lungs and the life that came on your birth date. That was the beginning of your story, right? We always talk about the dash and then the end. Well, look at this bookend. What fills your life? Is it just empty? Why is it empty? Why do you choose day in and day out to not see your own blessings? That's my biggest question to you today. I'm going to come real close to you. You are blessed. You are. But there's so many people that I coach that say every week I come on, I say, good morning, just like I started with the song, good morning. And right, being goofy with them, giving them hugs. Hello. How's your day? No, don't do the, stop. You have to look at the tone in your voice. Look at the frown on your face. Look at the darkness in your eyes, the way you're slouching down, the way you sit in a chair, all of it. I'm sitting upright. By the way, I want to show this because here's another blessing. Oh, you can't see it too much. Let me take this down. Do you see this? See this beautiful suit my mother gave me? It was my mom's. Okay. My mom is crazy, tiny, and petite. And she's like, but I think this one will fit you, Monica. She said she calls it her bumblebee suit. I love it. And I love the fact that I am, wearing something that pulls my mom into this. So I love fashion. You all know that. And I'm blessed with an upbringing of my mom teaching me fashion. Okay, but here's what I need all of you to do. Look at your own life. Who cares about what I have? What I care about is what you have and that you actually see what you have. So once again, think about it. You were born into this world. And so many people are like, "Oh, I wish I wasn't here." Really? Why don't you change that mindset? Why don't you instead say, "Gosh, okay, let me look. I am healthy." Boom, number 1. I do still have my parents. Boom. Number 2, you know how many people don't have their parents and wish they could? You're married. Oh my gosh, another blessing. Your spouse. Be thankful for your spouse. Don't take that spouse for granted. You have children. Holy cow, another blessing. I don't. And I wish I would have had that blessing. I go through every day knowing that I don't, but I don't let it keep me in darkness. I instead say, I guess God had a different purpose for me. And there goes my earring. And I'm okay with that. Let me grab that. I'm okay with that. And a lot of my friends and my family and the people that I coach say, Monica, it's because you have all of us. And if you had children, you wouldn't be able to devote your life to all of us. And I thought, wow, what an interesting way to look at it. So there's the accountability partner, right? All of you to say, well, Monica, here's the blessing that we're going to show you, that you're able to come on and you're able to affect us. And then in turn, what do? You pay it forward, I hope, and you affect the world. And then we change the world. So see how all those simple things could happen simply because I don't have children. And if I did, I wouldn't be able to get up every morning probably to come rushing around, be able to life coach, be able to personal train, be able to do all the things that this brand that we started back on January 2nd has been able to turn into. And you think of it that way. You start journaling and you start writing things that way, and you get the aha moment of, that's why that happened. That's why this choice had to be made. That's why God decided to guide you in this direction. Do you see that? It's just a different way of looking at life. And those are the things that I do when I do workshops. Okay. That's what I do when I do personal training. That's what I do at the aha moment of when I life coach. But for all of you, if you're not with me on a daily basis or a weekly basis, or I don't see you in person, I am asking you to do that exact same thing. So when I asked you to give me 2 things that you can see right now in your life that you're blessed for, give those to me, but let's build upon them. The foundation is the 2 things. And then you got to find number 3. I just gave you number 4 as I went through. I do have a spouse, and I'm forever grateful that God brought us back together, right? We dated back in 2001 and we lost 11 years. And in those 11 years, that's what prevented us from having children. And you could look at that and get so upset and so resentful on what caused us not to have children. Instead, I got back. My mom was so upset. A lot of people were upset that I wasn't able to become a mother. I took that. So I'm using this experience for you. I took that and said, okay, boy, I always wanted children. I really did. I love kids and I wanted to make an impact. And I think I would have made an incredible mother. But I looked at it and said, but I got the man back that I truly love. And for that, I'm forever grateful and blessed. And so we will build upon this. It hurts sometimes. Look, we're human. It stings around Mother's Day. It is one of the hardest things to go through for me sometimes. But every day I wake up and know you've got a purpose, Monica. Your greatest purpose on earth from the day you were saved at 19, that God said, I am going to keep you here as one of my disciples on earth. And that's what I have forever believed. He took me through this career. And then at the very right moment, he said, are you ready? And then he said it through my father, honey, I need you to be ready like you've never been ready in your life. Those words every day make me get up, give me incredible chills. And I say, where are we going? What are we going to do? What can this day bring? That excitement. I mean, here I am. I got up at about 5:30 this morning. Actually, my husband got up first at 4:30, went off to work. Again, my blessing. I didn't have to get up as crazy early as I do and drive in. I was able to come to you. I mean, that's a blessing to be able to come to you from my home, right? These small things add up to a huge blessing. And then all of a sudden you go through this day and you realize how great it was. So from 19 to this day, November 21st, 2023. So back in 1990 to now, I look at all of the things and all the debris that God guided me around to continue to bring me to a clearer path, to continue to drive me through my career. You know, he took me from radio, brought me into TV. continued to build my audience, brought me from channel 2 to channel 5, then said, I need you to leave channel 5 because it's time. It is time, my darling, for you to do this and for you to take it so much higher. And that's why I walked away. I could have never done this in TV. Why? Because you're blocked from doing a lot of things on the side they don't let you do. I don't know what that answer is and why. I ran into somebody the other day, though, and said they wanted to start their own show, but they're still working for a TV station. And I sat there and thought, I'm so glad to not be in that anymore. I also, it took my breath away. I saw a post last night from one of my friends I used to work with at Channel 2, Andy Banker, and he and Brian Ledford, who is an incredible photographer, were standing out. I don't know what the story was that they were covering, but a car comes driving by, and you can see this play out on the footage. I don't know if any of you saw this, but they were shot at. Now, granted, it came out to be pellet guns, but how horrifying to think that's the world that we're in, that those people would scare someone so much. I don't know how bad he was hurt, but he was hit in the head. Again, fortunately, it was pellets, but still, that you don't value someone's life, that you drive by and you shoot at them. You scare them because you think it's the world we're in, that it's actually gunshots. And then, as many people commented on that post, they said, the next time that's what it is. The next time that's what it turns into. And you think about all the places that we send reporters and photographers to. I mean, look, remember the story many, many years ago about that young girl and her photographer, that this was not in our state, but they were sitting there covering a story. Somebody comes up and just shoots them. That's the devalue that you think of yourself and someone else's life, and they did take their lives, that you would take their life and then you would either turn the gun on yourself and end yours, or that you would put yourself in jail for the rest of your life. See how all those things played out because one person decided not to value themselves. This is what happens in our world. This is why we have such anger and resentment and why we have such fear. People don't want to go into the city of St. Louis anymore because they fear for their own lives. Or if they do, they say, well, I got to do it during the day. I can't dare be there in the evening or be there at night. I have to look over my shoulder. That's the world we're living in. That's the city we're living in. How do we get you back to feel safe, right? They say it's because of who we currently have in office. Well, I don't know. That constantly changes. The next person comes in. They promise this, and does it happen? No. Suddenly we're in a worse position, or we're in a world and people are like, oh my gosh, look at the gas prices. Look at the amount that you're spending as you get ready for your Thanksgiving holiday. I mean, the grocery store prices are ridiculous. It just gets worse and worse and worse. And then people are like, yeah, so Monica, I'm waiting. Where do you tell me there's happiness? There is, because you're going to be able to come home and you're going to realize that you were blessed to be able to afford the unfortunate prices that we have, and hope for change in management, in position of the world, that someone will say, I'm going to make this my focus, because I know that the middle class is suffering. All right. The people that are higher class, they don't care. They pay the gas prices. They pay the grocery prices. They go out to dinner. They don't care. Well, I do. I work hard, as you do, for my money. My husband goes out. He's a police officer. We worked as a reporter and anchor, and people had this belief, oh my gosh, there's a lot of money. No, there isn't. That is just a belief. Yes, they give. I mean, you look at the salaries, you type in, what does Hoda Kotb make? Yeah, millions and millions on the Today Show. But what about all these people that are trying to climb the ladder? And now we're in a world, especially if you look at the position that I was in. And now it's the devalue of, nope, we're just going to take these kids right out of school and we know we don't have to pay them much. All these things because of someone's belief and someone pushing you in the corner, not believing you. We've talked about all those things. In fact, when I talked to Ruby Lee this afternoon, and again, if you're just tuning in, we are going to go live at 2 p.m. You're going to have a bonus, you're going to have another show at 2 p.m. with Ruby. So if you're a big fan, pass it along that she's going to be on with us. But I've heard her say, or I've read that she said that St. Louis wasn't very welcoming to her, which is really interesting and very sad to think that she's performed here and that they were like, your music, your style, the way you dress, the way you look, you're not good enough. Oh, now look at her. I mean, the whole hashtag that we talk about of let them watch, how you like me now, all those things. She looks like she was raised right. I'll find out. I'm going to talk with her and talk about where her support comes from and then where she wants to go with this. I mean, she got the 4 chair turn, and many have said you could win this. Other ones have said you have a voice that is so full and round and so talented. And again, we talk about the whole old soul thing a lot, don't we? I mean, she just appears to be that. 16 years old, and look at the incredible talent she already has. If you don't think she counts her blessing every day, think again. All right, let's look. Rose said, I'm also grateful for Tuesday Baker's Dozen at Panera. 13 cinnamon crunch bagels for half the price. See, it's the small things that you look at that you have in front of you. Tina had such strength and talent, times a million. The stage play was amazing. Leon, I'm so glad you had a chance to see. Tina, the Tina Turner musical. Again, you only have a handful of days. It wraps up on the 26th. Michelle Cardosi, good morning to you. Julie Purcell, good morning, everyone. Barbara Corey, good morning. Okay, Linda says, thankful for my good health and my family, very blessed with a big family, very supportive husband and awesome son. That makes me think again, when I got married, I was like, oh, I can't wait to have this extended family. And unfortunately, we lost Jim's parents right away. We see his sister here and there. We don't get a chance to see his other sister. We don't get a chance to see his kids very often. I mean, everybody's in their own life and they're rushing around. And that's the thing. We've got to slow down. I mentioned in a show just the last few days where I said I really felt like I lost myself, that I was giving to everyone else. I was very raw and very real with you because it's true. Every day, every week, I was just giving. And I'm like, no more. Monica, the days, the seconds, they are just ticking away. We all have the belief that we're here endlessly. And boy, that is not true. Think about all the friends and family that you've lost, those that have gone before us, and how much we wish we could get them back. Well, instead of wasting all of our time thinking of the things that went wrong, you're wasting time. These seconds are not promised to you. So people always say, oh, if I only had another day. Well, how about another minute? How about another second? You break those things down. You think of a person driving through an intersection and then they get T-boned or that's a head-on collision. And they always think, if I had just left the house 1 second earlier, if I had left the house 1 second later, if I had been delayed by a school bus, right? Everybody always looks at those things as, it's so off-putting. It's making me late. Well, maybe that's because God is the one that's controlling this. If you believe and if you have faith, and he's deciding to make you a second late, a minute late. He's getting you stopped by the bus. He makes you swerve around. There's construction that slows you down because up ahead is maybe the end of your life. If you are put in 1 second difference. That's how I live my life, is for the seconds, the millimeter of a second. Not the minutes, not the days, not the months, not the years, but the second. This is probably the most important thing. I want you to rewind this. Go back to it. Let it absorb within you. This is how your life changes, folks. This is what I do on Thursday nights. So yes, people have come and said, I've heard Monica talk about this before. Thursday night class, 5 p.m. Why are you not there? Why are you not valuing yourself enough to join that? I've had brand new people. Joy came on. Julie's come on. We've got Cinder that comes on a regular basis. Ann comes on. Nancy comes on. Tammy comes on. We used to have a list, but here's the thing. Here's another blessing. Cinder told me, I'm so glad sometimes that it's only about 4 of us because we get more of this. And then they get to respond to me, not just by writing, but it's the thought process. It's thinking. It's other people in the class that say something. And then you get the, that's why, aha moments, right? The light bulb moments. That's why this happens. But if you are only coming on to the show and then you write a little bit and I'm able to shout out to you, you don't have that one-on-one connection. You don't have the support of the people around that feel the same way, that's had the same experience that you had. You're not alone in this. Every single one of us has experienced pain and experienced blessings. Every single one of us has gone to the top of the mountain and fallen back down. But it's what we do with the fall. How do you get back up and brush yourself off and say, climb again, fall again, climb again, fall again? Failure, success, it happens. The roller coaster of life. What are you going to do with it though? Are you going to lay down at the bottom of the mountain and say, I give up? Well, then you give up on yourself. Nobody else did. Don't say that life gave up on you. You gave up on life. That's what you have to understand. Your intrinsic value, which we're going to read from the Blueprint for Value at the end of the show, like we do when I'm always mobile. And I told you it's 52 habits to discover. Right? We always think of a discovery as an exciting thing. Well, it is. You're discovering that you have value and you've had value all along. Value, intrinsic value, your personal worth account. These are all the things that Jeff Kozatek's been talking about. We're on 49. We only have 4 more. And then I'm going to pick a new one when we're mobile. When we're in the studio, somebody asked the other day, what are those devotional books you're reading from? 100 Days to Freedom. It's Stephen Arterburn, daily devotionals to help you. And it's 100 days of them. But we're reading from 5 books. So it's 500 days for you to think and absorb. And when I say today's prayer or I say today's takeaway, what do you do with it? Do you just listen? But you don't put it into action, well, then that is the problem. And today, when I said today could be the day that you change your life, it's because you could put it into action. It's an action plan. Everybody else is out there. You see all the people around you that are successful. Well, don't think that it just happens for them. They are organized. They get up early. They see the value in themselves. They get their workout in. They are preparing their food. They are being kind to their spouse. They're being kind to their children. They're laying it forward for them. And then once the kids and the spouse are out of the house, and maybe you get to stay at home, do you understand that that's a blessing, that you get to work from home? And that's one of the greatest things that came out of the pandemic, that many people realize, oh, I can spend more time at home with my fur babies, right? As soon as the show wraps up, I get to be right here with them instead of being gone all day and they're all alone. I look at all those blessings. I look at the ability to change your life, yours. I'm speaking to you right now, right? There's a lot of people on, but I'm asking you to imagine that I'm only talking to you. That today, when I say you're making a choice to either ruin the rest of your day and not see that you have health, that you have wealth, that you have incredible wealth if you have health. Now, for those of you that are suffering, those of you that are going to visit someone in the hospital, I want you to start telling them the stories of what you've done together. Give them some hope. Even if someone's in hospice, make sure that the last breaths on earth are special memories that you've created together. You know, when people go into a hospital room and they say, well, they can't talk to me, that doesn't mean they can't listen, even if their eyes are closed and they're in a coma. And it's their last days, the last breaths they take. Make them the best. Make their last breaths be filled with incredible memories that you have shared with them. I had a friend that recently had to put their dog down, and I said, I do hope that you're there with the dog, right? We talked about this in the past, that I didn't know that when we were younger. My mom didn't know. We handed poor Cookie over to the vet tech, and then they walked away with her, and we sat there and cried, and then we walked out in the parking lot and cried so hard. Didn't realize. I wish they would have said, oh, you can come back with us. Maybe they didn't do that back then. I don't know. You know, this is a long time ago. But from the moment I realized that you have the ability, and please do it, that is the greatest gift that you can give at the end to anyone. Be there, touch them. If it's a dog, be there, pet them, kiss them. Let them smell you. The last smells, the last breaths, the last words that they hear are the ones from the person they loved the most, the unconditional love that they bring you. Now, then transfer that to someone. And my heart and thoughts and prayers go out to you. If you have someone that you're going to visit today and they're in hospice and this is their last day on earth, what's it going to look like? How can you make it better? How can you make their transfer from this to the most incredible place that we've heard about? This time here on earth, don't make this purgatory. Don't make it going through the motions and hating it. No, make the transfer. Climb the bridge. Look at the elevation when you go up to heaven and look back as you look at all of us that we're blessed to have you in our lives. And make sure that you have incredible memories and that you communicate together. But like I said, if that person who's lying there in the hospital bed cannot speak back to you, don't think that they're not listening and don't think that they're not taking your very last word with them as they transfer to heaven. That's how I look at life. What about you? What do you think about all that I've been saying today? I want you to speak. Let me see what you have to say. I'm so grateful for my relationship with God and feeling loved by so many beautiful friends. Leona, that's awesome. Julie Purcell, good morning. Marilyn, saw Tina on Saturday. I was surprised by her mother. Yes, so her mother, Roz, is the one we interviewed. And if you listen to that interview, she said, remember, Tina Turner didn't have the most supportive mom. So maybe you have it in your dad. And if you don't have it in either, maybe you have it in a sibling. If you don't have it in a sibling, then look for the friends. Trust me, you've got someone in your life. Someone that will take you higher. And if you see the musical, you'll see the people who played out to guide her to what she became. It was exhausting at all the walls she kept hitting. There I go. And amazed that all the downturns and rejections that she kept getting up and moving onward and upward. That's what we're talking about today. Exactly. How did she manage to pick herself up each time with no supporting influencer in her life? Oh, she had them. She had it. You had to look for it. She had it at least in two people that I saw play out until she had it from everyone. She also got it from all of you that listened to her music. If you don't think she fed off of that, that's what people get. If you don't think that I feed off of the energy you bring me every day and allows me to go higher and higher and more of you watch and more of you take this show, and while we're on for another half hour, you say, hold on, I'm going to share, I'm going to like, I'm going to follow the live stream right now. Oh, that's right. I've got friends that are not on Facebook. Oh, I keep forgetting. Monica tells us to subscribe to the YouTube page. That simply means to click follow, and then you get that notification, just like all of you that get the notification on Facebook. You get the notification on YouTube. They do in states away, in countries away, right? Every time you go on vacation, I want you, maybe you take a snapshot of my website, or I can give you some of those flyers and you send them to the people that you give them to the people that you meet at restaurants. I have them with me constantly. I also have it in my phone and I say, here, just do me a favor, take a picture of this, spread this along. In fact, I'll do this for you right now. For those of you that don't have this is how you change the world, because that's what we're doing. Every day that I come to you and we're communicating together, we are changing lives. You come to receive the message. You know that you want more for your life and for the lives of others around us. So here, go ahead, do me a favor. Take a pic. There we go. Take a picture of this. And there's a QR code on there. If you take a picture of this, and if you need me to bring it up again, once I take it away, I will. I'll keep it on my phone. I keep this with me. I have flyers of it. And I ran into a bunch of people over the weekend that said, I so miss watching you on TV. And I said, here you go. What? I didn't know you had a show every morning. Well, that's what I'm going to watch now. I was like, I know. So we look at the numbers, the thousands upon thousands, I should say hundreds upon hundreds of thousands that have been watching since we started the show back in March. The numbers keep going up and up. It makes me smile every day. We keep having people that say, I want to be a part of that. I would love to be a sponsor of the show. And some people are like, I don't know if I can afford this or that. And I said, look, you got to look at your finances and you got to do what's smart for you. I want it to work for you. I want it to work for every single person. And, we come back and say thank you to each and every one of our sponsors. And I'm going to put it on the screen right now. Thank you for the growing list. Look at it. Our title sponsor from the beginning, Dr. Sarah, Jamie, the staff at Invita Health and Wellness, the incredible things that they're doing. I just went and had my labs done. We did a lot. And so she gets a chance to look at those and tell me, what am I deficient in? So it's going to be an aha moment. If you haven't had your blood work done and your labs done, you need to. And then she can look at vitamin deficiency. She can look at progesterone, my estrogen, testosterone levels. How's my A1C, right? If you're predisposed genetically to diabetes, etc. All those things can be seen. She does incredible stuff for the inside and out. Jamie does a great job from an esthetician. You want to go have a beautiful facial, or we're going into Christmas time. You want to buy a great gift for someone. There you go. Treat them to a nice facial from Jamie. So thank the people who are allowing this show to be on every day. We would not have this show if it wasn't for the sponsors. I'd love to be able to just kick back and relax and come to you and not have to work, but this is work, right? I put a lot of my heart and soul into the topics we talk about, into the guests, and someone's been complimenting the guests that we've had on. Thank you for that. It's a lot of hard work, but it's also, here we go, here's the blessing, 30 years of connections that I've made. And they all are coming back saying, Monica, what can we do to help? Well, give me some great guests. Give me people that align with our mission. And that's what's happening. So all of those guests have been booked by me. I have been blessed with incredible network. And that's where the people are coming from. I want to thank Georgie, by the way, for connecting me to Casey Pearson, who is Ruby Lee Pearson's dad. And that's how this interview came this afternoon, because Ruby performed in Herman, and my friend Georgie works at one of the wineries in Herman. She connected me to Casey. That's how this all came. So when you don't understand and appreciate the blessings of networking, you're missing out. So that's how this has all happened. This is how we almost have had a 200th show. And I want to thank Carrie, by the way, who watches us on a regular basis, for telling me that December 5th is our 200th show, which just blows my mind. And we're going to do something special. And I want you, so block that out on your calendar. On Tuesday, December 5th, I want you to join the show. I want to see you in person. I want to give you a hug. I want to thank you for coming on board every day and listening to the show. And not just listening, but doing what you're doing right here, providing the comments to the show. And then thanking each and every one of these sponsors, not just Invita Health and Wellness, but Carroll House Furniture, Aldon Indoor Air Quality Specialist, Innovair Health Advocates, our brand new sponsor over the last few months, where we're doing Ask the Doctor. Medical Mondays. If you didn't watch yesterday's show, we talked about osteoporosis. We talked about celiac disease. Next Monday, he's going to answer the question that a woman had about, is it too much soy that women are eating? And he's also going to talk about truly seeing the signs of when you've got to step up your game when it comes to your parents and your grandparents. I also want to thank one of my friends now. So it's a friend that started off as a sponsor. It is time. She's there for you. Kathy Kilo Peterson, who has just turned into the most incredible friend. And I've had a chance to get to know her so well. Scan that QR code, put her in your pocket when you need some help. But also, you think about going into Christmas, and this is a really good point she brought up. So for your children, you want to pay it forward for those kids, life insurance. supplemental life insurance possibly, but a life insurance quote that you can get. You'll get a free $25 gift card for life insurance, but you could set your kids up, your grandkids. You think about the bonds and the things that people used to do forever ago. What about life insurance? And then keep paying on it. And then they have that moving forward. That's something that you can do for them. Kkilo.com. It's 636-561-6460. State Farm Insurance Agents. And not just anyone, but a person who's truly going to turn into a dear friend of yours. For those adult family members, by the way, and friends that may be uninsurable, think about this. State Farm has a guaranteed issue final expense policy. It's a whole life policy issued no matter what your health is, with cash value. So check it out, kkilo.com, 636-561-6460. And she's part of sponsoring different segments that we have. Today's segment of hope and possibility. I'm blessed to have had a mom who passed her amazing art talent to me, and also my son. See, simple things, right? She also taught me so much about life. And the fact is, though, you received the teaching, Linda. Marilyn, Rose, God had a plan for you, Monica. You make a difference. He did have a plan, but I was able to absorb and see the plan. Right? I could have let it go. He could have saved my life during that 1990 time period. I could have taken all of that though and been so frustrated because I was studying to be a doctor. I could have been so upset that I lost all of that. Instead, I opened up my mind and my heart. And when I talk about focus in today's show and finding clarity, I literally did allow the path to form and allowed him to guide. So literally, if I could see a tangible thing, if I could reach out and feel him, I would have just said, hold my hand and keep guiding me. And that's what he could do. Your path, straight ahead. Do you allow him to guide you? Or whatever it is that you believe in. If you don't have faith, I guess this is the biggest question I can ask for you. If you don't have faith, what is it that gets you up in the morning? What is it that allows you to see blessings? What is it that you allow to guide you? I'm pretty sure that almost everybody that comes to this show has faith. I don't know what your faith is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter religion, because all of us, we should be able to come together and listen, have an open heart and open mind to, if you look at the Tina Turner musical, she was Buddhist, and that plays out actually on stage. Someone could be into Lutheran. They could be Catholic. They could be Jewish. They could be into Scientology, which people are always so quick to throw. Oh, why? Why throw stones? Why don't you just listen to why they do? And at least they have something that they are attaching themselves to. At least something guides them. Don't attack them. It might not be what you have for yourself, but that's okay. If we can just have a world of more of that, it's okay. Listen, when you go to a gathering, and you're getting ready to do that in a couple of days, I hope. Now, this is the first year in my 52 years, and I'm not going to spend with my family. And I could look at that and feel so disheartened by that. There were no plans made. So my husband said, let's stay home. We just went to the grocery store yesterday. He got all excited, bought the turkey. He bought green beans. He bought Brussels sprouts. He bought a pumpkin pie because he didn't feel like making one. I was like, well, I could make, okay, never mind. Bought a pumpkin pie, bought the Cool Whip to go on it. And then he bought stuffing, and I just kept going, yeah. I am not a fan of stuffing dressing. It's not my favorite. He bought some sweet potatoes, and he bought some potatoes. So he wants some sweet potatoes and mashed potatoes. That's what's going to be on our Thanksgiving menu. Just he and I and the dogs. So we'll watch the parade. Jim says Christmas doesn't start until he sees the big man, Santa Claus, show up at 12 o'clock in the Macy's Day Parade. And then what we'll probably do is put our Christmas decorations up. So it'll be, there's the blessing, by the way, in the slowing down. When I talked about focus, slowing down, being really ever so present with my husband, ever present with my dogs, and then making sure that I talk to my mom and my brothers, my sister, tell them happy Thanksgiving, and, enjoying their time. So they're going to be with their own family. My mom's actually going to be over with my brother. I wanted her here, but since she's closer to my brother logistically, I thought that made most sense. I don't want her out driving, an hour away. So wherever you're celebrating it, and if you're celebrating alone, then look at the blessing that you're able to go out and you are able to afford the grocery prices, that you're able to come home, that you have the intelligence and the creativity to make whatever you make, and that you are blessed with food, right? think of everything I've told you today. Maybe you forgot about all those blessings, but those are blessings. When you feel like you're not blessed, you are. Sometimes people, I'm your accountability partner. I have to provide it for you. I have to tell you, if you are able to open your mouth and taste, that's a blessing. There are people who have tubes connected to them and they can't ever eat again. So the fact that you're able to eat, the fact that you're able to breathe, the fact that you're able to see, that you can speak, that you can hear, that you can walk, that you have arms, that you have hands, right? I could go on and on and on. There are so many blessings that you forget about. Start writing them down. And then every day when you think you don't have a blessing, you look at your page and say, she says, I can see. I can see. She says, I can speak. I can speak. She says, I can hear. Yes. He says, he gave you those gifts. Those are gifts. Pay the gifts forward. When you talk about how you speak and how others hear you, why don't you be impeccable with your word? So that when people walk away from you, they say, gosh, that person makes me feel so good. Whoever you are, fill in the blank with your name. Marilyn, Leona, Richard, Julie, Kathy, Rose, all the people that are on my screen right now. And then all of you that are watching and that are going to watch later, you, fill in the blank, are a person that gives hope to others because of the kindness that comes out of your mouth. Okay, think about all of that. I think sometimes you miss your blessings. And I want you to remember there's so many that you have moving forward. Think about the blessings. We'll hear from more of you when we come back.
Carroll House Furniture is growing and hiring for many positions. Drive to success, delivering concierge service and setup in customer homes.
Enjoy teamwork in our clean, organized warehouse where Carroll House stocks for fast, free delivery.
Associates sell more and make more with 3.5 acres of choices in stock, infinite custom orders, plus the lowest prices in the country.
If you like top pay and the best benefits in St. Louis, you'll love working here.
So if you like nice things, join the Carroll House Furniture family.
Well, the warmer weather is exiting and colder weather is upon us. Have you been putting off getting that heater inspected or fixed? Well, that's like pushing your car to fumes. You don't want to be left feeling empty and cold. Let Aldon Indoor Air Quality Specialist come to your rescue to take you out of the miserable cold inside your home and help warm you, your home, and your hearts. Don't put it off or you'll be stranded inside in the cold. Aldon Indoor Air Quality Specialist. From routine maintenance to unexpected repairs, they've got you covered with 24-hour availability. al-don.com. Welcome back. It's the Real Monica Adams Show, and thank you right now for being a part of the show. Tell others that we're on for at least another 15 minutes. I want to give you an update. I promised to do just that. Now, do you remember we showed you this? He's just big. That was me visiting Christiano. I showed you these 3 beautiful dogs. There were 3 until there were 4. There he is right there. Yesterday, Yuppie Puppies Forever Rescue, they delivered that beautiful baby boy right there, Christiano, to the Garland family. And thank you, Garlands, for everything you are going to do and provide for this baby right here and his forever home. Now he's part of that pack. So the Garlands, they rescued one of their puppies from Yuppie Puppies. And then over the years, they rescued those 2 others. And now there's a pack of 4, or as you can see, a pack of 6 here. The Garlands, thank you so much for believing in him. Cristiano was their oldest resident. Well, I should say the longest residence, put it that way. At Yuppie Puppies Forever Rescue, again, the Yuppie Puppy Pet Spa in Cottleville in Lake St. Louis. So fortunately, more and more people are giving of themselves. They know that they have the means. They know that they have the love, and they are providing for these beautiful babies. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Garlands, for giving Cristiano right before the holidays a forever home. It means the world to me. I don't know what it was about him, but there were so many dogs there. Remember when we did the fundraiser for Yuppie Puppies at Clayton Winehouse, we talked about that they had 51 dogs. You think about all the rescues that are out there. We're getting ready to do an incredible show with Randy Grimm with Randy's Rescue Ranch. That hopefully will be sometime next week. My wonderful Hannah Gassman, who I'm thankful for. By the way, you're going to see my interns. They're going to be a part of Wet Your Whistle Wednesday. I thought I would grab them. They don't look like they're old enough to drink, but they are. We're going to celebrate their wonderful talents. We're going to celebrate the thankfulness that we have for the incredible hard work that they're doing. Well, Hannah's been working so hard on that Randy's Rescue Ranch package, and that's going to be shown very, very soon. I know you all love Randy from all his years at Stray Rescue. Well, that beautiful place that he has, Randy's Rescue Ranch, you're going to see it. We're going to talk about hope. We're going to talk about loss that he's been through. He's still going through some really hard times with aneurysms and surgeries that he has coming up in January. And actually for Giving Tuesday, I wanted you to think about these wonderful organizations. I'm a big fan of Randy's Rescue Ranch. I'm a big fan of all the animal rescues. I mean, Humane Society, the APA, Yuppie Puppies Forever Rescue, Open Door Animal Sanctuary. There's a canine orphanage in Pacific, Missouri. Just think about rescue when it comes to getting a dog. And I know some of you are going into the holidays and you think it's really cute to get a puppy for your kids. But as Jessica has said on past shows, they're going to have to make sure that this is a good fit, because what they don't want is that you return the dog. And it's unfortunate, but it's a real fact. It happens on a regular basis. You can't just like throw them away and think, oh, well, if it doesn't work out, we'll just return them. No, you don't return them. You don't return a child. That is a child. That's a fur child of yours. So think about that. So yes, when it comes to what do you want to do? If you have the means to give of your heart to a charity that means the most to you. Okay. Kathy says, faith, family, friends. Marilyn says, Carrie, I'm so proud of you and sharing your journey. Keep going forward and feel blessed. Carrie Samuelson, we love you. Relationship with God, family, and faith, Julie says. All right, Richard, I'm blessed in so many ways. I have food in the refrigerator, right? We talk about, I want you to hear these things, folks. I said it, now let Richard say it. I have shoes on my feet and my faith is strong. I can list 100 things I could complain about. I just choose not to focus on those things. When I open my eyes, I'm always looking for the good in myself and other people. Yes, yes, yes. Amen. I see that just now, Julie says. Good. Thank you. You are one of my blessings. Julie Purcell says, woohoo. Kathy, I believe that is why I was blessed to work with little ones. Stepdaughters, nephews, nieces, grandsons are blessings for me. God always has a plan. Correct. When I talked earlier about the fact that I didn't have kids, and I thought, well, why? And as Kathy's saying, it's because God has another purpose, that he wants us to do other things. Ruby has such poise. It's beautiful to watch. Yes, Ruby Lee, one more time, 2:00 this afternoon, another live show coming your way. I thank God every morning for giving us a new day, Linda says. How we choose to use it is up to us. Yes, he gives us the tools. And what do we do? What is our creation? Kathy said, yes, life is short. Linda, so true. Yes, Linda, when I see the sun come up, it's a reminder of a new day, new possibilities. Good morning, Mark. You're shining in that yellow. Hope your day and everyone's is amazing. I'm sure he's probably not on anymore because he is one of the busiest people I know. Tomorrow, you will see Mark and I together. I love these Christmas shows that we're doing together. If you didn't see last Friday, we were at Christopher's. And tomorrow, we will be at Mark Anthony's Gifts and Spa in the window of Kirkwood, which I told you, I'm turning it into my own little Today Show. So there are times where you could come by the window, knock on the window. You want to hold a sign? You want us to promote something for you? Well, come on by, 7 a.m. Wednesday, tomorrow. Mark and I are going to be talking about the power of a smile and laughter during the holidays. And you're going to see another Monica's Must Have, which, by the way, have you been registering? All you have to do is go to my website, go to TheRealMonicaAdams.com, and then click on what's new. And you'll see the Monica Must Have. That's the one from Christopher's last Friday. We're going to get all those that register, just your email. You're going to put that on there. We're going to take from the emails. We're going to pull a name, and I'll let you know who wins last week's Must Have. Tomorrow there's a new one. Oh, it's a good one. It's from Mark Anthony's Gifts and Spa. We've got tons of Monica's Must Haves for the holiday that you can go in and purchase on your own, or I'd love for you to win. So tomorrow you'll have another opportunity. We're going to keep pulling from those each Wednesday and Friday. By the way, when you register, you stay in there. Okay, so if you're already registered, you don't have to keep registering. We've got your email, and we'll put you in the drawing each time. So we're going to pull a new name Friday for the Christopher's Must Have, and then tomorrow we'll have a new one for you. I can't wait to show you it. Carrie, Stephen Arterburn has a life recovery Bible he published, and he has a workbook and journal. Journaling's everything. Chrissy says, be kind and thoughtful. Barb says, I 100% agree. Hold their hand and talk to them to the last breath. People and pets. If you missed that part of the show, go back. I think it's very profound. Barbara said, I was young with a 1-year-old 8-year-old in his car seat. Stopped at a traffic light and the light turned green. I glanced to my left and noticed a garbage truck speeding towards the intersection. I didn't proceed. I'll never forget the look on the face of the garbage truck driver as he knew he couldn't stop in time. Ooh, he got me chills there. His hands over his head in panic. Was it God's hand on me? Woo! Telling me to stay put. Drivers behind me were upset with me at first. It could have been tragic. Sorry for the long post. Never be sorry. This is profound. It began when you spoke about why God makes you late and wait. Oh, Barbara, so powerful. Yes, we just had a woman on a show that talked about a random task and she lost her husband. She lost her 15-month-old son. That's destiny. If you did not see that show, you got to go watch that show. Powerful show that we did with Destiny. And unfortunately, their time was up. But what is she doing now to move forward? She didn't just give up on life. She has since found love again. She has 2 beautiful children, but she knows the loss she had. What is she doing? She's going to law school to make a difference in the stricter laws. If you missed that show, you've got to watch that show. It's so powerful. But yes, I'm sure she would have loved to have had a second difference so that they weren't the casualty of a head-on collision. And I know sometimes you'll sit there and say, well, if I'm faith-based, then why did she have to lose a 15-month-old? I don't know those answers. I just know that God has a purpose for each and every one of us. And look at the lives that she's going to be able to change because of what she's going into. And we have to go through loss sometimes to find ourselves. Terry says, I think it's a valuable message to everyone. I also shared this post on my Facebook feed. I also shared that you'll be live at 2 p.m. with Ruby from The Voice. Thank you. Attitude is contagious. Author Jill Bolt Taylor writes about how the attitude of those around us affect our well-being, even when you think the other person is not able to hear. My stroke of insight discusses positive vibes to help others heal. Marilyn, my artist friend Joan made this board for me and I look at it every day. Please remember your job is the dream of the unemployed. Your house is the dream of the homeless. Your smile is the dream of the depressed. Your health is the dream of those who are sick. Beautiful things happen when you distance yourself from negativity. Find something to be grateful for. I just love these beautiful thoughts. Carrie says, thank you all who have become friends through this show. And thank you, Monica, for your inspiration. I'm blessed to be a mentor to you. Michelle is with her family, right? We need to spend more time with her family. She is at the farm with her husband and her son doing some hard work. So that's where she's not interacting with you today. That's why. And tomorrow, by the way, if you want to wish her all a happy birthday, tomorrow is her birthday. And I'll let her tell you how old she is or how young she is. It's all the way you look at life. Pamela, good morning. I love to smile. I will be there at 7 a.m. Thank you, Richard, every day with the dude. I love it. God speaks to us. We may not hear him. We have to have the patience and be open to hearing the message. It may not come immediately. That's right, but it will come. It is there. Laura says, good morning. Great show. I am thankful for each morning that God wakes me up to see my wonderful family. I am very blessed to still have my mother. Oh, absolutely. And that is one of the biggest things. Do you still have your mom? Do you still have your dad? Some of you are going to sit there and say, no, and that's why I'm hurting, Monica. Maybe you just lost them. I understand. I lost my dad when I was 24. My mom, I thank every day that I still have her. She's one of my best friends. And I want to do everything with her every day that I talk to her. Do you talk to her, by the way? Your mom? Do you talk to him? Your dad? Do you talk to your siblings? Are you still at odds with them? Oh, why? End it. Who cares about what caused the strife and the pain in the past? Please find a way to end it. I do not want you to go through and then all of a sudden say, they're gone. What do you mean they're gone? I didn't appreciate my time. I let 10 years go by where they're gone. Yeah. And you're never going to get them back. And then you're just going to talk to them and hope that they can hear you. But it's the tangible side of giving the hug. Make it happen, folks. Make it happen. Think about this. When's the last time you called your doctor at 2 o'clock in the morning and he actually answered? Well, at Innovare Health Advocates, their patients are special. Their doctors, nurse practitioners, their care team care deeply about your health, your family, your work, and even your pet. Their clinicians are accessible and they lead your care in and out of the hospital. In fact, Dr. Charles Willie offers his cell phone number to his patients to ensure they can intervene early in your illness. They can provide care above and beyond, offering lab, x-ray, echocardiogram, and other treatments in their office. Innovare Health Advocates with 5 locations on both sides of the river. Check them out. InnovareHealth.com.
Invita Health and Wellness, where you can feel your best both inside and out. Invita isn't your typical med spa. They're a multi-specialty medical spa and wellness center serving St. Louis and its surrounding areas. They have ketamine for mental health and pain, IV therapy, medical weight loss, and aesthetics treatments. As board-certified anesthesia providers, Invita can ensure that their advanced treatments are provided safely with minimal to no pain. So let Invita take care of you. Call 314-394-0950 to book an appointment or online invitahealthandwellness.com.
Well, welcome back. It's been a great show. Again, all about gratitude, all about clarity, all about focus, persistence to find the blessings. Stephanie says, good morning. Happy heavenly birthday to my mom today. See, she doesn't have her mom, but she's grateful for the time that she had, I bet you. I am blessed to have family and friends. I talk every day to my sisters. Thank you, Monica. I watch your podcast every day. It gets me going in the morning. Stephanie, I thank you. I thank each and every one of you. And I mean that. From the bottom of my heart. I hope you understand that. When I say it's the real Monica Adams, these are the real feelings and emotions coming from my heart and soul. I truly am so blessed with each and every one of you. And I mean that. And for all of you that are sharing and telling your family and your friends to watch this show and telling them that this is how your life will change. You know, I don't get the turning on the news and then allowing all that negativity to come into your heart. It poisons you. I'm telling you, when you start your day that way, you already are in a bad mood. And then you go out there and you have road rage and you get to work and you're miserable to your coworkers. And then you come home and you bring all the stress from the fact that you hate your job to your home, to your spouse, to your kids. It's this really incredible circle of life that you've been living. But today's the day you could break it. Today's the day you say, I'm not going to turn on the news. I listened to the show. There's no reason for me to watch it. You want your weather? I told you yesterday. Rain in the forecast yesterday. It played out. Today, some of you might have rain this morning. The high in the upper 40s. Tomorrow, you'll have a high in the low 50s. Actually, Thanksgiving is going to be beautiful. You'll have some sunshine, low 60s for a high. So that's what you need, right? People say, oh, well, I turn the news on for the forecast. Nope. I will give you the forecast every day. You need that? Or simply, the easiest thing is look on your phone. You don't need to listen to the wind speeds and all this for 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. Literally go on your phone, type in St. Louis weather or weather in Illinois, wherever you are, type it in. You've got it. You know what to wear for the day. I was in it. Trust me. I was in the news for 30 years and I know the meetings that we had and how we draw you in and, oh, they need this. No, they don't. No, you don't. I haven't watched a forecast since I left on January 2nd. And boy, isn't it amazing that I've lived? These are the aha moments I'm trying to give each and every one of you. And then people are like, oh, but don't you feel like you're missing out on things? Nope, because I am on social media. And so things will pop up. I heard that Mrs. Carter passed the other day. I might turn on KMOX as I'm driving in just because I appreciate the talents and the class of that station, which by the way, yesterday was November 20th or 11/20. So they said it was KMOX day yesterday. 98 years. Can you believe that? And there's another blessing. I was blessed to work for KMOX. I was blessed to be a part of the heritage of that incredible station and the class of those people. I mean, just think of the people who have walked the halls of KMOX. There's my blessing. My blessings of working at WIL. And so when I talk with Ruby Lee this afternoon, if you didn't hear, 2:00, you've got another show coming your way. It's going to be a fun one with Ruby. I'm going to share all the people that she's been talking about and one of the women that she loves the most and the team that she's on. Team Reba. I'll share my stories. My favorite interview in my career, Reba McEntire in New York on Broadway when she did Annie Get Your Gun, will forever be my favorite interview with a celebrity. Let's put it that way. Not my favorite interview of all time, but one of my favorites. Let's put it that way. So she's a big fan, obviously, of Reba. Reba, big fan of hers. Had a chance to watch it last night. What a great show. And cannot wait to see Ruby. I hope continue. But yeah, we'll talk with her. If there's anything you want me to ask her, be sure to email me info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com before 2:00. Actually, I'd prefer those questions to come in, before 1:00. If there's anything you want her to play for the show, I'm going to ask her to teach me to yodel. I need to prepare my voice. Yodeling, not an easy thing to do. All right. So blueprint for value. We only have 4 more. Number 49 is yet. Okay. Listen, absorb this. It's not over yet. Most things in life take time and they're worth the wait. Few things happen overnight. Hold on, folks. Hold on. When you're tempted to give up, use your secret superpower, and we all have one, the power of yet. When you face challenges, don't give up.
Persist. It's crazy that I said persistence today, and he uses persist in this. Okay, here's the dark side. The unsatisfied workaholic. That was me. Focusing on the end goal in excess can rob you of your presence, blind you to daily realities, and tax your personal worth account and reduce you to a robotic machine. Okay, the light side, the patient optimist, remembering that things take time, but also remaining present to reality can foster patience, forgiveness, joy, and ultimately peace on earth. It can grow your personal worth account. So, what's the takeaway from everything we've talked about today? Remember that there are twists and turns, there are ups and downs to every journey. Don't let a moment define the experience. Hold on, folks. Don't give up. Persist. You're just not there yet, right? So, you have possibility. It's what we talked about from the beginning to right now. Anything can happen for you that you want to happen. You got to be diligent. You got to wake up. You got to move your body. You got to eat well. All the things that you think are going wrong, are you creating them? Are you a part of the problem? Or are you going to be the solution? That's my question to you. That's what I ask of you. Thank you so much for being a part of today's show. And I can't wait to see, I hope, a lot of you at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Ruby Lee from The Voice will be live with us, performing for us, talking about the incredible talents that she has, talking about the support system that she has. I saw her dad cry when those 4 chairs turned around to say, yes, we love you. And she got a chance to move forward on Team Reba. Can't wait. I know she's not going to be able to tell us what plays out. She's only going to be able to tell us so much, but cannot wait to have her on. Love the fact that we had Eli Ward on, and I'm looking forward to a lot of other great shows, but a lot of it is also this. A lot of people told me they missed just this. Do you want more of this? We're moving into 2024, and one of the things I want to know from you, be one of my producers. Tell me topics you want me to talk about. Go back to topics I've discussed in the past and say, Monica, can you please go deeper on this particular one? Bring this one back. Or, hey, Monica, you haven't covered this yet. Can you cover that? Either solo or bringing guests on. Of course I can, because I want you to be a part of the show. This is your show after all. You come, and also please let me know as we move into 2024, do you have or do you know a business that wants to be a part of our show? It could simply be that they're featured one time in a month. Right? There's so many levels. We've got a la carte where I'll do an endorsement campaign for them if that will help them out for 24 hours during social, or 24 hours on social media. It could be product placement, right? So this sits here on my shoulder and everyone's like, oh, that's State Farm. Well, it could be just that. Maybe somebody's got a product that they want to place on my set. Product placement, an endorsement blitz media, a one-time interview, or maybe once a month for 12 months, or they want to become a regular sponsor. They want to be involved in interviews and regularly be heard. Come on, trust me. Everyone that's a part of our sponsorship team right now, every one of them has said how it has helped them. I just talked to Brooke Dubman the other day and said, I love the last 6 months that we've done together. I thank Dr. Charles Willie. I thank Jeff and Toy at Eldon. I thank, of course, Dr. Sarah and Jamie and the staff at Invita Health and Wellness. I thank Kathy Kilo Peterson. Tomorrow, you'll see Wet Your Whistle Wednesday. We're thinking we might do it live, actually, from Mark Anthony's with my interns. That's what I'm trying to work on right now. I thank Hannah. I thank Zach. You're going to meet them tomorrow, my wonderful interns. I thank Michelle. I thank George. And I thank Lori, our team. I thank Caroline, who used to be one of our interns. See, there's thankfulness all around. I know I'm blessed. I know that what I have around me allows me to continue to do my wheelhouse, which is to inspire and to motivate. But I couldn't do that if it wasn't for him. He gives me the words. He puts it in my thoughts, my prayers, and in my heart to deliver it to you. So I know what I always say, which is, I know I can be anything I want to be in this world, as can you. As we go into this thankful holiday, remember your blessings. Think about what we said today. Gratitude, hope, persistence, joy, accountability partners, focus, and be ever so present. And of course, forever be kind. God bless you all. Hi, it's Monica Adams. Thank you so much for following along with The Real Monica Adams Show since we launched back in March. But I wanted to let you know there's so much more that I could do with you, your business, your corporation. Did you know that I'm a motivational speaker all around the world, as well as an MC and an auctioneer? So if you have an event, maybe a nonprofit organization, and you want to book me, just shoot me an email, info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. Personal training, life coaching, and styling as well. Info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com.